What's going on, guys? Fearmaky here, bringing you a beginner leveling guide on Marauder. So Marauder had a couple of fixes from last season, which one of them is they fixed Marauder unstable bomb causing major lag. Second one was fix Marauder's unstable bomb from padding. So you could pad the damage, and in essence it would also cause major lag and slowdowns on the server. So it looks like that's been fixed. So let's get into the patch notes for the Marauder and what they have done differently. They've done a lot of things to the Marauder here. So we'll go through the additions first. And then we'll see what they've buffed. Actually, we'll go down the list spell by spell and then we'll talk about it. So, Heavy Ball. Juggernaut's attacks have a chance to unleash a big spike ball that deals more damage and moves slower. So this time around, they increased the Heavy Ball proc rate. So this is going to proc a lot more often. Wrecking Ball. Each enemy that the Heavy Ball passes through increases its damage. They increase the damage scaling of Heavy Ball. So it looks like it's going to deal more damage as the balls go past the mobs. The Big Boom. The Juggernaut throws a huge bomb dealing massive AoE damage. Did they do anything with the Big Boom? I do not see anything here on the list for Big Boom. Plan B. When attacked, the Juggernaut has a chance to swing his weapon around, knocking enemies back. Nothing here for Plan B. Force Overwhelming. Each attack becomes a heavy ball temporarily. Additional points increase the amount of heavy balls. I see. That sounds interesting. Each attack becomes a heavy ball temporarily. Additional points increase the amount of heavy balls. Okay. Increased damage scaling of overwhelming force. That's something different. This is force overwhelming. Well, maybe it is it. Let me see. Yeah, they don't have a talent. That is it. They just worded it differently. So increase the damage scaling of overwhelming force, which is force overwhelming. Same thing. So this is going to deal more damage. Bouncing Grenade. The Juggernaut lobs a bouncing grenade, increases its damage with every bounce. I remember this was okay last season. They have not done anything that I see here with bouncing grenades. Alright, Unstable Bomb. When struck, enemies have a chance to scatter bombs around them, damaging other enemies around it. Unstable Bomb did get its reduced Unstable Bomb's damage, so it got a slight nerf. Crazy Grapple. The Juggernaut throws a big spike ball, chaining himself into its destination, deals damage and stuns enemies it hits. It would be cool if you moused over it, it would show the, you know, like a little GIF showing exactly what that is. The Juggernaut throws a big spike ball, chaining himself into its destination and deals damage and stuns enemies it hits. I remember not liking this at all. There was like a helicopter build back in, I think, season 7 or 6 what you could use with this, which was pretty cool. So Crazy Grapple did not get anything this season from what I see here. And then Random Scatter. Juggernaut's attacks have a chance to throw and scatter bombs towards the closest enemy. Random Scatter, I do not see anything. Oh, I do. Increases Random Scatter proc rate. So this will have a chance to spawn more often. Alright, Serrated Chains. Attacks and abilities used by the Gladiator have a chance to apply serrated chains to the target, dealing physical damage over time. They buffed Serrated Chains, that's all it says. Attacks and abilities used by the Gladiator have a chance to apply serrated chains. So whether it applies more often or it deals more damage, We're not sure, but it was buffed. Titanium chains. Gladiator serrated chains last longer and has a chance to deal additional damage. Nothing on titanium chain. Master Trap Maker. Additional points increase the damage and amount of chain traps the gladiator throws. Master Trap Maker. Increase Master Trapper scaling. So it looks like they did increase the scaling of this. Maybe the damage. Madness Control. Pulls all nearby enemies into the gladiator, stunning and damaging them. They buffed Madness of the Arena, not Madness Control. Is there anything Madness? Nothing here on Madness Control. Madness of the Arena rips all chains from nearby enemies, dealing the entire duration's worth of damage instantly and slows the target. Madness of the Arena. Increase the scaling of Madness of the Arena and buffed Madness of the Arena. Those are the two changes I see here for Season 12. Chain Trap. The gladiator throws a chain trap that pulls nearby enemies in and stunning them. Chain Trap increases damage of Chain Trap. So it looks like that got a buff. And then, what is this word? Reterius Net. Throws a large net over the enemy, stunning and dealing damage. The Reterius Net did not get anything for Season 12. Looks like it still works the same for now. That's just a CC anyways. Rend Flesh gives gladiator attacks a chance to open wounds, causing the target to bleed. Any chains removed by force will apply Rend Flesh. They buffed Rend Flesh according to the patch notes. And that's pretty much it. And then Trophy Hunter. Killing enemies increases your damage reduction. They also said Madness... I'm sorry. Nothing here for Trophy Hunter. So in all, they increased the damage scaling of Heavy Ball, increased the damage scaling on Wrecking Ball, increased damage scaling on Force Overwhelming, buffed Madness of the Arena, buffed Serrated Chains, buffed Rend Flesh, reduced Unstable Bombs damage, Madness Control is now attached to the tree, increases damage of Chain Trap, increased Master Trapper scaling, increased the scaling of Madness of the Arena, increased Heavy Ball proc rate, increased Random Scatter proc rate, and increased Unstable Bomb proc rate. Not bad. Alright, well let's get into the class and start leveling it. And let's see how the Marauder is for Season 12. Marauder finely crafted spike balls are unaffected by range, resistance, and reflecting enemies. So that's good. You can't deal damage to yourself. Is the game bugged? Oh, looks like it finally went through. There we go. Just a little lag there. And since the servers are working now, we can take a look at the leaderboards and see how the Marauder is pairing up. So Marauder right now has cleared Wormhole 101. This is the second week. Well, I'm sorry, third week. The beginning of the third week of the season. It doesn't look like that many players is playing Marauder. Our friend Nictus, who always ranks #1 every season with Marauder, is playing Marauder. So that's pretty good. And that's pretty much it. So Marauder seems to be doing okay. Let's see how we do on leveling. We'll do random passwords because we don't want to be interrupted. Had a couple of people join. Nothing wrong with that. I know you guys just want to jump in and say hi sometimes. but we want to make sure we do the video uninterrupted. All right, so for talents, we have 4 options as usual. We have a passive heavy ball. Juggernaut's attacks have a chance to unleash a big spike ball that deals more damage and moves slower. And they increase the damage scaling of this. Then we also have Bouncing Grenade, which is an active. The Juggernaut lobs a Bouncing Grenade, increases its damage with every bounce. That's only 15 damage. This is 30% physical damage, 44% proc chance. Serrated Chains is a passive. Attacks and abilities used by the Gladiator has a chance to apply Serrated Chains to the target, dealing physical damage over time. Okay. And then Chain Trap does 10 damage. The Gladiator throws a Chain Trap that pulls enemies nearby, stunning and damaging them. The slow duration is 5 seconds. It's on a 2-second cooldown. I think this will be good. It's going to AoE pull everything. We always want to start out with the passive. I remember starting with the Bouncing Grenade, and it wasn't that good. It was just all over the place. And it has a 4-second cooldown. So let's go with the Chain Trap. I like the Chain Trap. It pulls everything in. As usual, let's change our bindings from numlock to the mouse, so that way we can learn the class at its core. So throw the trap there, pulled everything in, almost one-shotted those 2 guys. There we go. Yeah, going with the Chain Trap was definitely the right choice. For me, at least. We'll see. We'll see how long that lasts. So somebody commented in the video that killing the boss, Captain Bonesword, dead or deader, the Lord Kukun and Mayor of Anoia, saying that killing him gives you 2 skill points. So maybe these quests, I'm always bad at. Set your abilities by pressing T. Where I did that. So these are like little instructional things. I've did these for many seasons and I just skip over them now. But maybe I should take the time to revisit them again for new players. But somebody said killing the captain gets us 2 skill points. I never really paid attention to that. Maybe by turning in the quest is what they mean, which we automatically do. Open your inventory by pressing C. We know that. You can jump over ledge by pressing space. Okay. There's the Captain Bonesword. Dude, that stun is pretty awesome with the Chain Trap from the Marauder. And there we go. Level 2. Let's put in a talent point. So each attack and abilities has a chance to apply serrated chains. Let's do it. Let's apply serrated chains, 25% proc chance when we attack or we cast an ability. So that's additional damage over time, especially when the Chain Trap stuns the targets for slows them for 5 seconds. They're gonna be slowed and bleeding the entire time. I like how the Marauder has, you know, he has a flail that he throws. Pretty much, he's a melee class, but you can play ranged if you like and be extra safe. So I did not see 2 skill points when we killed him. I'm assuming, which is what was already happening, by turning in the quest, of course, which we never skip. And we only gained 1 skill point. I think he was referring maybe to the levels. That's what he probably got confused with. I'm not sure. Uh-oh, I gotta sneeze, guys. Man, I had to sneeze there. So the auction house just today received a patch where they removed it from the season for now, temporarily. And I like how they put the Mario construction worker here. They put a crane, a tower crane, pretty much repairing it. That's pretty funny because it really needs a tower crane to fix the servers. Okay. So one thing to notice, once you pick up the mining quest on one of your characters and you've completed the quest once, you can't pick it up again because it's account wide. So let's look at some gear quickly. We get the battle crusher. We have the javelin. Can we equip javelins? No, but we can equip the two-hander. But I'm gonna stick with the one-hander and shield for now. Oh, 4% CDR in this charm. We're definitely gonna put that on. And that's oh, potion. We're gonna equip. Oh, level 5 to equip it. We can't equip it. All right. And let's we're gonna mix and match just like we did with the shaman, so that way we can test out both, see how they are. Juggernaut has a chance to unleash a big ball spike that deals damage and moves slower, and we'll go with the bouncing grenade as well. Now we have 2 actives and we have 2 passives. So with the Marauder class, it's an all-out physical damage class, which scales off of weapon damage and strength. As you guys can see, the talents, we went over this on the shaman, and I'll do it on this class as well. The way for you to figure out which items you should be going for on your class, look at the talent tree and mouse over the abilities, and it'll have the description of what the ability does. It'll have the name of the ability at the top. It'll tell you if it's physical in brackets. It'll tell you if it's an active or a passive. Active meaning you can put it on your action bar and cast it. Passive means you'll proc randomly. And then also at the bottom it has, you know, physical damage percentage. It scales up or what it scales with. So for example, unstable bomb scales with weapon damage and strength. So the more weapon damage you have and the more strength you have, the more damage unstable bomb is going to deal. So you guys automatically know that you should be going for weapon damage and high strength for the Marauder class, and that's how you're going to be gearing up. There's a lot more to that, but that's the basics. You know, in the event that you get some gear with magic damage and all that, you don't get confused and equip magic damage gear, because it's not going to do anything for you. Your damage is not going to go up unless you got a weapon with magic damage and it has a really high base damage. Then your damage will go up. You know, but that can be misleading. It's not going up because of the magic damage. It's going up because of the high base damage that the item has. No keys, no keys. Obviously, when you're starting out, you're not going to have any currency to buy keys. I do because I've been playing this season. But we want to keep the leveling experience as beginner friendly as possible, so we're not going to craft keys or gear or anything like that. Excuse me guys, allergies are kicking me. So I want to try out just the bouncing grenade, and let's see. Well, we got the checkpoint, we got the beans. Let's go ahead and turn in the quest quick, because then we'll get another quest. And usually we get rare items from turning in this quest. Yep, there you go. See, boots, dagger. Got nice boots. What's the other yellow that we got? Alright, we can definitely equip a potion now. We'll go with the health for now. So we got the boots yellow. What's the other yellow item, rare item that we got? Oh. Weird. I don't see it. Ooh, we got the whip relic. Alright, so we gained 2 more points. Let's put it into the trap because we want to reduce the cooldown on chain traps and pull everything in. So I'm going to go heavy in chain traps now that I unlocked my other passives. Always get the checkpoint first so you can go right back and not waste time. So I wanted to test, yeah, the grenade, the bouncing grenade. Okay. I wish, so it just explodes immediately. So essentially you would throw the chain trap and then throw the bouncing grenade right into it. It was okay back then, it's okay now as well. Alright, we need to find the exit and we need to move on to the next act. Or the next stage. The movement speed is killing us though. Let me check the top here. I do like how the cooldown on chain trap is really low. I'm gonna put it on my right mouse button. Because there'll never be a circumstance where you won't cast chain trap. So I always tend to put the lowest cooldown ability as right mouse. That way I could just hold it and cast it. We gotta be careful about putting too many points into the active. So if you look at the action bar, there's a blue number above the skill. That means how much mana it's going to consume. And the more points you put into a skill or talent, the more mana it consumes. Yes, it will deal more damage, but it's going to consume a lot more mana. And early on, you want to be careful about that because you don't want to cast an ability, run out of mana, and then not be able to cast it again for a few seconds. Where, you know, spamming it is going to yield more damage. So I hope you guys have been having fun with the leveling series in the season. There was a major patch today, like I said, where they removed the auction house temporarily to stabilize the servers. And it looks like, I mean, I was able to log in right away. No issues this time around. So it looks like, unfortunately, the auction house was the culprit. I mean, there's many other issues, of course, but the auction house was not helping, was just compounding the issues. So my advice to you guys, I mean, by the time you watch this video, it'll probably be fixed by now. But just, you know, farm up, level, save your currency for when the auction house is fixed. You can make money, or you can buy the items you need to be really strong. We did not get the checkpoint yet. We got a couple of upgrades here. We got a blue flail, katana. So our chain trap is doing 25 physical damage. If we go with the two-hander katana, crit rate, crit damage, 3% strength, as opposed to the flail here, 25 to 49, almost doubled our damage. And we put one more point on it, it goes into 62. Looks like the cooldown is already capped at 1.92, but it's okay. I'm doing it now for pretty much to deal more damage. But it was at 1.92 before. We're going to max it out regardless. I don't think you can bring it. There's a soft cap on how much, or a hard cap on how much cooldown you can reduce from a skill. But you do gain the benefit of the additional damage. Man, I love the chain trap for the Marauder. It feels so satisfying throwing it and having everything pulled in and get stunned and bleed and slowed. Really awesome. So I was saying before, ooh, a void portal. Please give me a battle fragment. I was saying before how in season 7 or earlier there was a helicopter. It was coined as a helicopter build for the Marauder, and you guys will see as we level the class and unlock additional talents and skills. It's not a talent that I probably won't favor anymore, just because of how you lose control of your character in a way. But back then it was pretty cool to do and be spinning around with blades and bombs everywhere and traps pulling everything, and you were constantly in the air the whole time, and it dealt a lot of damage. It was a very fun playstyle. Obviously the devs changed that and tweaked it, so I don't think you can do that anymore. Maybe, but it was really cool. Yeah, it's like we're still at 192. We're just going up on damage now from chain traps. There's the pumpkin cellar. We're gonna stay away from that. There's the... Actually, let's go in and see, because I know doing dungeons while leveling on difficulty 5, the mobs and dungeons scale really high, so we end up dying. Well, let's see how the Marauder deals with the dungeons. Really safe to play with the Marauder as well, if you're not being too aggressive. Yeah, he's doing so much damage. Studded leather. Looks like it's a damage increase. The hell? Almost died there looking at loot. So we gain physical damage, mana after kills, sockets, strength. We're gonna go with the new chest. Ooh, a yellow hat. Crit rate and 4 health per second. And additional armor. Let's go with it. So you move all the way to the left of the wall and jump over. It's an invisible hole you can't see. And then you can open this chest. Wow. Wow. That was worth. We gained a mythic item at level 9. Physical damage, 6%. Attack speed, mana, crit rate, crit damage, physical damage. Absolutely insane. So now we have to go back to the shield. With physical damage shield right here. That's unbelievable. We're going to go with the XP gain neck as well. Wow, that was a good find. Yeah. If you're lucky to do that, go ahead and go in the cellar. And open that chest, the secret chest there to the right. I'm going to go turn in the quest quick. And then we'll put in another talent point before we move ahead. Oh, we got an active relic. It's asking me to collect hot water. And this is going to ask me to zap the targets. So we'll take both so we could complete both as we're going through the levels. So I can't put any more points in Chain Trap until we get to level 12. But we will go into the passive of serrated chains for the bleed. So I'll dump 2 points in there. Let's try to complete. No, let's just go next stage. We can complete it next stage for sure. So I gotta shock enemies before I kill them. So you use your active relic skill and then you kill them. The black tower there. I'm not seeing hot waters. Should I have completed it last stage? Yeah, it is zone 3, so it's not going to happen here. Let me find the checkpoint. And then we'll go in and complete it back there quickly. Alright, so that's complete. Let's get the checkpoint and then we'll go back. That's the black tower. It's also a good dungeon to go in, but we're trying to get to Gorag and unlock the next difficulties. So we'll skip it for now, but you guys can certainly go in it if you like. There's a lot of elites in there, a lot of experience. Let's go back to Pumpkin Patch and get the hot water. Also get some free XP, of course. Is that a hot water there? It is. Alright, that's it. That completes the quest. So let's go back. Turn them in. Then the next quest should be Gurag, which then we can just rush to him. I only recommend doing the Act 1 quests and then skipping the others. From leveling all the other classes, I found it to be more efficient to just skip them all and get to the end and unlock it. But, you know, play the game how you want to play it. Let's get that free relic. We get 1% strength, 1% stam by getting the Satan's Eye relic. You can always press escape and see your relic slots or your relic list. So let's put in one more talent point in serrated chains. And our gear is pretty good for now. Let's remove the ability to see grays and blues so we're not doing too many item management. We'll sell all the other stuff. So remember, doing too much item management just slows you down. And then we have the quest to kill Gurag. This is the first act boss to end the act. Okay, bottom left right here is the next stage. So blue portal goes back to where you came from. The X blue is the checkpoint, and the red portal is where you need to go. Is to go ahead. Just so you guys understand the color coding of the portals. So here's a boss statue. There's a number underneath it, 22 souls. That means you need to kill X amount of mobs in this map in order to feed the statue so you can spawn a boss. Spawning that statue on Inferno difficulty is really good because it has a chance to drop boss runes, which is the most expensive runes in the game, which allows you to craft the most powerful items in the game, like the Kogura Sumaru, the Force, Sovereignty, all of those rune words. Something you work towards and you farm up currency for. Oh, we got a rare Tiki Mask, 18 physical damage, CDR, mana, crit damage. We're definitely gonna put it on. Yeah, so once you have all your slots pretty much equipped, rings are really rare to drop. You can remove the grays and the blues, so that way you're not doing too much item management. And the only upgrades you're really going to get is rares. And once you get to a certain point where you have really good rares as well, then you can remove them and only keep legendaries. That's the exit. Let's get the checkpoint. Alright, we got a shark tooth armor. Looks like it's an upgrade. So I just you know, look over quickly and see. So it's like the chest slot would be an upgrade for us. At least the game is telling us that, but we'll be the judge of that. CDR, huge physical damage, crit rate, crit rate, stamina. This is a big chest, so we're gonna put it on. Oh, we got a belt, which also is a defensive upgrade. 4% dodge, yes. So that's why I opt to filter out some of the other items. That way when you get an item, you know right off the bat if it is an upgrade. It's easier to also see, right? If you're not getting so many commons and blues mixed in with the rares, it's hard for you to, unless you go through each item in each slot, it's going to slow you down while leveling. So we are level 12. We have unlocked the second tier row of skills. Let's make sure there's nothing coming to us here. There's one guy coming up here. Let's kill him so we don't die. Let's see our options. Wrecking Ball, passive. Each enemy that the heavy ball passes through increases its damage, so by 30%. So if heavy ball goes to a target, they take 30% more damage, which is massive. Unstable bomb. When struck, enemies have a chance to scatter bombs around them, damaging other enemies around. So that's like an AoE, and it deals a lot of damage. 151. I think we're going to go with it. This was fixed and bugged. It was, you know, double dipping and padding a lot of damage and causing the server to lag. So maybe we'll see, but it still deals a lot of damage. Titanium chains. Gladiator asserted chains last longer and have a chance to deal additional damage. 10% more damage. Retarius net. It's just a CC. It deals a lot of physical damage too and stuns. Throws a large net over the target, stunning and dealing damage. But it has an 11.5 second cooldown. Not worth at all right now. Master Trap Maker. Additional points increase the damage and amount of chain traps the gladiator throws. So this is really good to go with because you're going to get additional traps to pull in, deal more damage, and have its damage increased by 50%. We're going to go with this for now. And then we're going to do Unstable Bomb. So we're going to pull everything in, stun them, slow them, bleed them. Okay, increase our trap amount. And then when they are struck, they have a chance to scatter bombs around. So they're all going to be pulled in, and then they're going to do Unstable Bomb on each other with the proc, and just boom, explode and bleed everywhere. So we'll go with this for now, and then we'll put a point in there next one. But that's how that's going to synergize. Where's the checkpoint? So the exit is there. To go back, maybe it's here in the middle. Yes, it is. Yeah, we went with the additional traps. I was dealing 120 damage. Yeah, you can see how many more traps are being thrown. Look at that. And it goes through walls. If you guys have noticed that, look at that. It pulls and deals damage to the mobs through the walls. It won't pull them through the walls, but it deals damage to them through the walls. I don't know if I want the hook. I want the AoE damage from the Orb of Chaos. We got upgraded gloves. Energy, mana, crit rate, attack speed. Okay, we don't care about the energy. It's not going to do anything for our damage, or it shouldn't. Whoa, 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 whoa. Right now we're dealing 83 damage, but we do care about the crit rate and the mana. Yeah, it's still 83 damage, you see? Because energy does not scale any abilities for the Marauder. Which is, you know, the way it should be. Marauder scales with physical and strength, not energy. Let me put the grenade on here. That way I can hold both buttons down and cast it at the same time. We got an upgraded shield, it looks like. There it is. We got the double statue with the 30% experience gain. So these statues, right, can give you a negative or a positive buff. And the positive buff being the 30% experience gain is absolutely awesome. So it's worth always taking the risk while leveling to, even if you get a negative buff, it's whatever, you're leveling anyways. But once you get that 30% experience gain, it's insane for you to level. And then you do not want to take another statue, because you could get a negative buff or a negative experience gain buff and overwrite the positive one that you just gained. So you want to milk it as much as possible. It lasts for a minute, the buff. So when you get it, you just run through the maps and kill as many mobs as you can fast to leech experience. So we have another 7 seconds left. Two seconds and that's it. But yeah, it's really good. And in these boss stages, there's always a couple of these devil statues. There's another one here. See, this one was negative 20% damage. It's whatever. We're one shot in the mobs ready anyways. So we're hoping to get that 30% experience gain. Alright, this is one of the best active relics in the game. The Book of Belial. It doubles your damage when you proc it. And you can see at the bottom, when I use the book, like I'll use it right now. See, double damage for 5 seconds. Let's tag this statue here and see if we get a positive buff. No, negative. So now we're starting to get a lot of items. And what we'll do is, we're still killing the mobs relatively quick. So we'll do item management before we get to the boss, because we do not want to die to the boss, and we want to have the best possible gear and skills and talents ready to go. So that way we could demolish him. Alright, that's an active relic. I know that, so I'm not going to pick it up, because if you pick up that active relic, it'll replace your book. You guys let me know in the comment sections below what you guys think about the leveling series. I know it's been helping a lot of people out. I'm really humbled and just at awe that, you know, leveling a new class and a character in any game and just playing through it will really be helpful to a lot of people. I guess I'm more surprised at myself, you know, at the ability to pull it off, because a lot of content creators does this, and I watched all of them, which I relate to it. You know, they create the content that I want to see. Every time I want to check out a new game, I want to see gameplay. I want to see somebody play it. I want to see how it does. Splattercat Gaming, Vulcan, those guys do an amazing job at their content, and I go there to watch that. So the formula works. It definitely works. I guess I'm more surprised that, you know, it's working with me and HeroSiege and you guys, and I really appreciate that. And I'm glad I'm being able to help you guys and show you guys each class. So we'll put in a point in Unstable Bomb. Again, we want to pull everything in, deal additional damage, stun them, slow them, and bleed them, and then we'll have the Unstable Bomb proc. We're also going to do the Wrecking Ball passive for 30% additional damage. And let's see if we can get another passive, Titanium Chains, which they're going to last longer and have a chance to deal additional damage. So let's do that as well. So a heavy procs there. We will get the net after, just to fill up our active slots and also keep going down the tree. But our damage should be much higher now. Let's see if we have any upgrades here before we move on. Energy and CDR, no. No. Nothing really worth swapping out our gear for right now. My God, we're dealing so much damage. Marauder is pretty cool for leveling. Wow. Negative 25% experience gain. But I know there's another statue down here. So we're going to take the chance on it. Maybe we get the buff flipped. No. So, I mean, it gave us speed. But if we had experience gain, it would have overwritten that negative one. All right, we gain one more point. We're going to go into the net. And I'll put the net as 1. So we'll drop a trap. I mean, these mobs are getting one shot. Yeah, see? And then we'll drop a trap on them to keep them all in place while they take damage and all of that. So it will synergize as the mobs get more health. This is, you know, another reason why I level on difficulty 5. I had somebody, you know, comment on the video and ask, do you level on 5 or what difficulty? You know, they said I'm leveling on medium on, you know, difficulty 3. I have a lot of experience in the game, and I like to really challenge myself. Even if sometimes I pay the heavy price of dying a lot and running back. Because in a way it allows you to discover things you wouldn't otherwise, you know, have been forced to discover. If you didn't have a, you know, if there was no challenge. If there's a challenge, right, it poses you to try different things, try different talents, try different gear. If there's no challenge, you just go through it with what you have, and you really don't discover anything new. At least that's my thought process. But I always play on the hardest difficulty, because that way also provides good content for you guys, right? If we can clear it on the hardest difficulty, it means the class can clear and level it just fine on the default difficulty. You don't have to play it at this difficulty, obviously. And like I've always said, if you're having a hard time and you're dying a lot, don't lower the difficulty. ARPGs is all about being efficient. It's not about dying and running back constantly. You want to be efficient. You want to keep gearing up and leveling up. So that way, woo, almost got one shot there. That way you clear content fast. So the Marauder made quick work of Gurag. Looks like we did get a wet. We can't use spell blades yet, no. Let's see. We already checked out those boots before. No. Strength, crit damage, health, sockets. Really cool. Okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on. So this was pretty quick with the Marauder. I like that. All right, so we went with the Sapphire Amulet, the War Hat, Tiki Mask. We were very lucky in Act 1 on the Pumpkin Cellar, which was at the Pumpkin Patch. There's a secret chest there. We were very lucky to loot it and get a Mythic Flail, which gives us so much damage. We went with the studded leather chest, steel shield. We're favoring physical damage, CDR, which is the best talents to level up with. Attack speed, crit rate. The gloves, actually we could use different gloves here, even though this has high attack speed and crit rate. This one has 12 strength. Crit damage, but we lose the attack speed, man, and proccing those passives are really good for us. So we're gonna keep it because of the attack speed. So yeah, I mean, attack speed, CDR, strength, all those things you want to favor while leveling up the Marauder. Yeah, we have some good attack speed there. Right now we're at 1.73 attack speed, 26% attack speed overall. We're doing pretty good. All right, let's sell these items, and we're going to end the video here. It's already been an hour. It usually takes about 45 minutes to an hour to get through all the talents and changes on a new class, and then level to Gorag and see how it does. Marauder leveled pretty fast. We got to Gorag at level 16, and we'll turn in the quest here quick. We did get a longsword, which is a two-hander of fire damage, so it's not going to be worth, especially over our mythic. Sell the item there. So we have one more talent point to put in. So this will go from 178 to 205. This will spawn additional traps to pull everything in, but we can have it deal additional damage. Let's go with additional traps. The Master Trapper. I'm going to keep pulling things in and also increasing the damage that it deals. Alright guys, this has been the first leveling series with the Marauder from level 0 to 17, and also introducing the new changes for it in Season 12. And I'll put it up on the video for you guys. But you guys take care. Please, if the content helps you guys in any way and you guys are enjoying it, please don't forget to comment, like, and hit that subscribe button. You guys roll deep and stay grinding. Woo!